Alright, here I am for the items tier list. I wasn't sure if I was going to record me doing this, but sir, why not? Alright, so let's go over these. First, Piggy Bank is in S tier because money is the most important thing in the game. Loot Box, when I find it, I will be putting it in S tier because it's one of the best things in the game. Medkit is one of the best things in the game. Reason being, it is just a decent amount of healing to the unit that needs healing. It can go on any unit, and most importantly, one of them can go on the king for free. Literally every single one cost item is going in A tier because you can just buy them and sell them later. So they are all upside. There is no reason to not buy a one cost item when you see one. If you see a one cost item, you should always buy it. Uh, this is obviously going in D tier, but I'll fix stuff later. While I continue to hunt for one cost items, such as this thing here, and I will organize them so that you guys will know exactly what one cost items I think are good and what one cost items I think are worse than others. So, let's go over it, since I think I found all of them. Nope, there's still this one. This is the only one I'd put in D tier because it's just garbage. So this one would go down at the back of A tier because it's just bad. Uh, Anvil, I would say, is around top of A tier because I can put this on like a wizard or something, and if wizard was originally going to die in 2 hits, now it's going to take 5 hits. It's basically a double HP on low HP early game units. It can be pretty good, and as yeah, it's good. Next up, I would say is Haste because Haste is universally good on all characters. The stun is universally good on all characters. The healing is way too bad to ever actually put on a unit. The HP is way too bad to actually use, so this is where I'd put the one cost items compared to one another. After that, the banners would go in A tier as well. I always buy a banner if I see them in the shop, uh, and I put them on the king because, well, I'll order them so that the haste banner goes first, then this one, then wherever the academy banner is. But in front of those, I would put this at the top of A tier. Actually, I'll put this the lowest of S tier. It's okay. It's good enough. Then, as for the other items, I would put these down in C tier. They're okay. I'll buy them if I see them. Oh, and the HP one is going in last place down here. Well, okay, I'll put it above the other two there because these two are conditional. So, let's see. I'll put these down here in C tier along with this and where's the other ones? Yeah, whatever, I'll find them eventually. So why do I not value these as highly as I do these? The reason is because these here, they're cheap enough and they have enough of an impact that they seem to matter. You go from 2 to 5 to 7. So from 2 to 5, you're really getting a big increase there. From 5 to 7, it's not as much. It's really not as much. And I would say that the only thing worse than those is honestly some of the high tier ones, except for haste. The haste one can go up to A tier. This one can go up to A tier because haste is just good on every single character. Aerodynamic coin, I'm gonna put up an S tier, and Pauldron, I'll put at the top of B tier. It's something I consider a good item. Uh, Granite Plate, I'll put up here at the top of B tier. It's good, definitely better than the Jade, whatever. This is just 90% of the time worse than the Granite Plate. Pauldron is going to go up here, definitely above the HP item, and I'll actually move the HP item back down here. Yeah. I'll put this down here. This I'll definitely put up in B tier with this guy. So this item has been reworked, and I kind of helped a bit with that. And it basically is, if you haven't put a lot of HP items on your backline units, which why would you? Their backline units, it can help prevent them from getting one hit KO'd by big boss attacks or by things you didn't see coming. So I would personally put this at the top of A tier. Next, we go into the class specific items. Well, first there's Pocket Cleric, which goes up here next to the medkit. Very valuable item. Kargs, I'd put bottom of B tier. Sabers, I'm putting up in top of, well, middle of A tier. Yeah, no, you definitely don't belong there. You can go bottom of B tier. I know that I can buy you and sell you later, but you just suck. The only reason that I'd ever take you and you would do something is against Barkskin in Zone 1. Other than that, very bad. Paper Fan, I'd put up here. It's good, but definitely very dependent on stuff. Wicked Crab goes up here in S tier. Tosla's Rents goes, yeah, definitely top of A tier with that stun ability. One of the better ones. Uh, let's see. So this is the Paladin one. It provides HP to the team. I'm just not really gonna rank these, if that's alright, because each of these is tuned to whatever hero is doing the event and getting the item, and so each of them is really good for that hero. Every single one of them should rank above a regular banner because most of them give a banner effect plus something extra. So in terms of strength, they're all better than basic items. I'm comparing items that you can buy with items you can buy. Comparing items that are meant to be more powerful wouldn't really make a lot of sense. Having said that, Crown definitely goes up here with the others. Uh, Saber number 2 would go here in A tier. These are really good if you're doing a build that has minions. If you're not, then they're not as good, because at that point they're giving you the benefits of a B tier item plus a little bit of advantage, but the more of them you can have, if you have a ton of money and stuff, they can be pretty good. So Levine Corslet, I would say, is bottom of B tier. It can be good in very specific situations, like let's say you have a bear man, then you know what, I'll just add row below. Uh, da, 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 unique item. There. Just so I can start tossing some of these in here. Goodwind boots, I really don't like their design, but they never fail me enough that I can actually dislike them personally. Because the thing is they give you a bunch of armor so that you can tank hits, and then when you're low on HP, they take the armor away. Yeah. If the armor wasn't good enough to prevent you from dying, I'd hate it. But the armor's good enough that I never really die with it. Incendiary Glove, I would say it's a bottom of C tier item, and like, okay, it's better than these guys depending on your build, but I would honestly put the Bottleless Lightning up here at the top of A tier. Well, bottom of A tier, but you get it. Rubber Crown, that. Odin's Hammer, I would put bottom of C tier. Necronomicron, if I have a spare slot on the king, I'll put it on him, but otherwise, no. This is just a free 20% damage increase. This is going bottom of S tier for me. This can be pretty good, but I've been finding myself using it less and less as because the damage and everything has gotten higher recently. So it's okay, but not great. Uh, Poulter, I would say, is somewhere up, uh, yeah, around with the sabers. It's conditional that I'll pick it up. I won't always get it, but yeah, it's alright. Throw more of these in this tier because I'm not ranking these. Food. Food obviously goes up here, and I'll be ranking it based on these three. Uh, Strength is always going to be the strongest one. Haste is going to be the one after that, and then the health is going to be last place. And then I believe this is HP and haste, so this would go at last place. This here is HP and strength, I believe. So this one would go around here, and then this one would go here. There. Yeah, that works. So this I would put top of A tier. I'll definitely buy it and stick it on the king if I can because it's a good amount of healing. Burning plate, even after the changes, not really something that I'm interested in. Uh, I would say Blazing Helm is up here in terms of really powerful items that I almost always take. Uh, Same with Scavenger Mask. We'll put this down here, this down here, this down here, this down here. The Halloween foods can also go down here because I never use them. The banana is like, banana's top of C tier. The rest of these can go in here. As it is right now, I'd put this very bottom of C tier. I'd put this like around B tier. I sometimes pick it up. Emberberry is up here at the like top of A tier. These I only ever start with them and I never buy them on my own. Same with Glass Sieve. Same with Folding Fan. Lottery ticket I'd put. Yeah, it can go up here. Loaded dice can go up here. This can go. I've kind of started liking it, so sir, you can go there, and then Mark of Bravery can go in over here. So now I'll be explaining my actual opinions on things. So, Piggy Bank, I don't think I need to say anything about it. It's basically +1 gold for free if you put it on the king. It's just a really good item. Loot Box is just more money, more food. Always have this turned on. Wicked Crab is better than any other defensive item in the game, in my opinion. Because if you have the choice of gain 40 HP or block 4 infinity damage hits, which one are you taking? One of these can turn the Zone 1 Druid's 100 damage strike into 1 damage. One can give you a slightly higher odds of surviving it. Which one would you choose? Now, granted, this one has a cooldown, but the way that battles are designed is that there's 3 phases. There's the start phase, where you're going to get hit a lot. There's the medium phase, where depending on if the enemy has a bunch of archers or shadow units, then you can get hit a couple of times by projectiles, but you're really not getting hit by melee units, and then you have cleaning up the stragglers at the end. So 99% of the damage you take is going to be at the beginning of a round. It's going to be within the first 10 seconds. So being able to block 5 of those hits, that's all you really need in order to live. Well, it's 4 hits, but still. That's also why Pocket Cleric is up here, because you need really high amounts of healing in a really short amount of time, not long amounts of healing over a long amount of time. Whatever. Blazing Helm can actually make units more tanky, because if you have a, I don't know, 20 HP wizard in the back, he wasn't gonna be surviving 5 hits anyways. So this gives him more survivability, except against things like fire, plague, and poison. Gives him 99% of situations more survivability and better damage. So overall, it's a win-win situation. except against the Zone 1 boss's 3,000 wolf summons, they will just get eaten alive. Movement speed that's unconditional, really good. Extra stats permanently, one of the best things in the game. Free 20% damage as long as you have this equipped to one member of your party, insanely good. Because according to the devs, one armor is supposed to be worth equivalently like 20% HP. Because 5 armor is supposed to effectively double your HP, and 10 armor is supposed to effectively triple your HP. So by reducing enemy armor by 1, you're dealing 20% more damage. You want to know what else makes you deal 20% more damage? The bravery thing. The bravery thing that only makes you deal 20% more damage, and only against enemies that are close to you. This is anything that you hit now takes 20% increased damage from all sources at all ranges, and slows them down movement speed wise. Really, really good. Food, permanent buffs, no complaints. Loaded dice, useless if you're able to reroll already. Really, really good on no rerolls. Golden ticket, needs a lot of money to make work. I have way too many thoughts on this. I'm not going to go into depth about it. Prevents your team from getting one shot. That's really nice. Provides a 10 HP distraction for the opponents, so that way you're able to survive better in that first 10 seconds of combat. Really good. Able to stun the units that spawn around you. Really good in the first 10 seconds of combat. This one here, really good for being able to dodge after the first 10 seconds of combat and you've healed up, and lets you go after the archers and stuff and when you're transitioning to the straggler phase, where you're cleaning up all the guys that are left. Really good in the first 10 seconds of combat, it's up here. Bonus haste, best of the free items. Bonus armor, best of the free items, because if you can get a 28% HP boost or like plus 10 health, 20% is almost always going to beat 10 health. Almost. We got free stuns. Stunning is always going to be one of the most powerful things you can do. It's all the way up here. Bonus to what you are already doing. It's okay. Bonus HP. Worst thing you can get, unless it's just very, very, very slow healing. That will almost never matter. Then you've got Emberberry, which is only here, because honestly it might deserve S tier. But it is situational that you do need to have a frontliner, and he does need to be close to the enemy. But other than that, it's free AoE, it scales, and it slows. It's the only reason why King only runs are really doable in this economy. Bravery thing makes you take 20% less damage and deal 20% more damage. That's generally going to be pretty alright. I'd buy it if I have a free slot that's not being taken up by anything else. These, yeah, I'd buy them if I'm doing a build where they can work, or I see 3 of them in the shop, I lock that in and I buy them. Poltergeist? Yeah, I'll buy it if I've got the money in the free slot and there's nothing else available. Sir, kill the enemies a little bit faster and make the boss slightly easier. Sir, banners? Oh yeah, I'll always take those if I've got a free slot. Twin lightning? Yeah, I'll increase my haste item from whatever I'm currently using. Yeah, I'll sell that and put twin lightning in. It's pretty good. Hourglass, of course I'm going to upgrade from this over here. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Bottleless Lightning, hey, if I've got a unit that's attacking pretty fast, sure, I'll put that on him. The Fizzle's Hook, sure, I'll put that on him. This one here, if I've got a lot of healing, yeah, alright. Dark Pauldron, I guess I got this one in the shop, and my guys are taking a decent amount of damage up the front. Sir, I don't want to lose the hero, put it on him. This one over here, I don't really have any other speed items. You know what? Sir, I'll take it. Eh, yeah, I've got, what, Golem Hand. I'll go ahead and upgrade to this one just to make him die a little slower. Yeah, my guy could use this, and it showed up early. Sir, make my guy not die. Go ahead. Woo. Do a bit more damage, sir. Might not be worth the money though, and if there's a hero that's the same as one that I've already got and I need the tokens, definitely taking that over just these. Cards, if I don't have any damage ups, I'll go ahead and take it. If my team's like all HP and 0 damage, sure. Arcane Rune, yeah, I got the free slot or whatever. I'll take it, but I'm immediately selling this thing the moment anything else comes up. Living Corselet, yeah, I got a barbarian who's running in there, taking a lot of damage, sure, but otherwise, most of the bosses do giant nukes of damage, and getting 2 HP healing after a giant nuke isn't going to save you. Good Wind Boots is an unreliable version of this, but I don't have one of these, so I'll go ahead and take it. Necronomicon, yeah, I got a free slot in the King. I've been unlucky, haven't gotten any banners or anything that would actually benefit the team, so, sir, stick this on the King and it'll work. Fine, I'll try it out. Put it on my front guy, try the standing still thing, although I don't think it's gonna work, I'm gonna work with it. Banana, yeah, it's funny, but I'm getting rid of this the moment I can. Eh, if I've only got the level 1 version, sir, but if I've got the level 2 version, I'm not going to be selling it to upgrade to these. I'm going to be buying more heroes, or I'm going to be saving up for the final tier upgrades. And if I do have one of these, I'm not upgrading to the final tier version. The sellback is just not worth it. So this would go way up here, this would go here, and then these two, and then this, and yeah. You guys know the deal. And then finally, we would go to the maximum level of these, which Jade, I'm not getting unless I have a champ. Heaven's Fervor, I'm not getting unless, like, I've really got too much money and my heroes are already maxed level. I'm not getting them. Same thing. And this here, I'm rarely buying this because it's not going to save a hero who's getting their butt kicked. This is basically the same as buying the level 1 thing, except I don't even get my money back. The 1 armor. This one here, if I have a unit who's already got a blazing helm and already has one of these, sure, I'll stick an Odin's hammer on them, although I think putting haste on them would be better, just because I don't have a haste item. This one here, I rarely take. Civ, I never buy because I want to keep my money because I'm greedy. This, I never buy because it can be useful in the first 10 seconds of a fight, but at that point in the game, if you don't have that solved, yeah, you've got bigger problems. And then this, I just don't see it being useful. And that's my thoughts on these. This has been much faster than my heroes video. Woo.